Welcome, it's your 29th Health Hack. I'm Dr. Cordy Williams, Health from Within Family Wellness Center. And what we're going to talk about today is what is upper cervical care. So every week we have a theme in my practice, and sometimes they're related to the health hacks, sometimes they're not. But this is our article of the week. That is some good, really awesome knowledge for you. So if you're a current practice member, you want to make sure that you're reading those, because the people that get the best results, they're reading those. They're coming to our advanced healthcare classes and lifestyle workshops that we have every single week. And they're always bringing friends and loved ones to really be on mission to save lives, okay? If you are done reading your weekly little article of the week, then the greatest thing you can do is pass it on to somebody else. Pass it on to somebody you love and care about, or even share a health hack with them. Get them enrolled in a new possibility related to their health by getting them on the health hack wagon, so to speak. I know we're about 30 minutes late tonight. We're going out of town for our first vacation in 3.5 years. Yay! Everybody scream, right? Everybody's happy, including my wife and my little son, actually. He can drink some extra Wawa or something. He says Wawa. He's so adorable. But at any rate, what I wanted to discuss today is what is upper cervical care. But before we do that, I thought I'd touch real briefly on when you go out of town, what to do. We did a health hack about this. I think it was like, I don't know, somewhere in the number 5 through number 10. We did a whole conversation about what you need to do when you go out of town, like when you're on a plane flight especially, right? When you're on a flight, you're getting a lot of radiation. So the thing that Dr. Tanya and I are going to do is we're going to make sure that we get checked and get little Cordy checked. That's the most important thing. If you do have a baby, who is, I would say, really under the age of 3, you need to make sure that there is some type of liquid so that they can swallow, or also that they have some type of sucking device, which I know a lot of people aren't into pacifiers. We're not really either, but cortisol also makes your baby stressed. So you want to make sure that you have that worked out, because we don't have enough chiropractors who are informing people about what subluxation can do in their body. So I recently had a friend, Jen Franco, that was on a flight, and there's a little baby that's screaming right up by the brainstem bone, right? And the poor little baby has an ear infection, and that's totally a chiropractic intervention situation. But nobody on the flight was trained to ask, okay, well, where's a chiropractor? Is there a chiropractor? Because a lot of people don't even know to ask that question. So when you go on these long trips, we want to make sure you get adjusted. Make sure if you have a little one that you have things for them to drink, swallow, or suck on, okay? And the other thing I'm going to recommend that you do is drink a lot of water. You want to drink half your body weight, but I would say you probably want to drink, a fourth more than half your body weight if you're on a plane, because you're naturally going to get dehydrated because of that altitude. And then the last thing I would recommend is that you take some standard processed nutrition too before you get on that plane. You want to take something called andrographis, and you want to take something called Conjuplex. And if you have any questions about that, I can lead you in the right direction. But most important thing is going to be that brainstem bone and the water first, okay? So this ties in a little bit to what we're talking about when we talk about upper cervical care. The brainstem bone is right under your earlobes. And what we know is that brainstem is going to control everything. It is like 100% function. Your immune system, cardiovascular system, respiratory system, and the part of your body that allows you not to express health or quote unquote get sick. So the article of the week, it starts off by talking about Grand Central Station and how busy Grand Central Station in New York is. And it says that it's the largest railroad terminal, and it serves 5 counties in New York and Connecticut. It covers 48 acres and has 44 platforms. And so it goes on to talk about the number of visitors that are there per year, and just makes the analogy that this brainstem this brain is so complicated that it literally has all these different functions and things that it does, and all these different systems that it controls. And I was just like floored by that, because I'm like, wow, it's pretty cool that they're making that analogy just to really reach out to people and make the comparison of what the nervous system does. I always tell people it's kind of like a master mainframe computer. And if you think about those big IBM computers that used to take up these huge rooms or buildings, and then they had these smaller computers, and now it's amazing we have a handheld computer, right, like our phone. and you think about all the cables that come from that master computer, they go to smaller computers, or think about the breaker box in your house. And there's all these cables that come out of that, and then those wires go to your, they're going to go places like your refrigerator, your dishwasher, your oven, all sorts of places. So it goes on to say, although its size is 1.5 times 2 inches, over 450 million nerve fibers cross through it, including those that handle motor functions. And it's talking about your brainstem. Fine touch, vibration, sensation, spatial awareness, pain, and temperature. 1.5 by 2 inches. Wow. That's the extent of the brainstem, but it literally is like the grand central station of our nervous system. And so people always tell me as I'm checking their legs and I'm getting them neurologically checked that they're expressing a better version and different version of themselves that day because they're unsubluxated. They're going to be a better father, mother, grandparent, granddaughter, grandson, niece, nephew, uncle, but they're going to be a better employer or employee because they're getting adjusted and checked for subluxation. So that's why we constantly want to do that. That's our mission. There's some people that they just focus on upper cervical care. There's Atlas orthogonal, there's Grostic, there's all these different, there's NUCA, all these different chiropractic specific techniques that just focus on the first bone. We tend to focus on the first bone and the rest of the body, but we do have some upper cervical techniques that we do here, toggle and things of that nature, right? Where we'll address that first bone. But there are people, there are docs out there that's all they do. That's all they do is stimulate that first bone. So really it is the be-all, end-all. I mean, I had somebody today, I'm checking their feet, and this happens all the time. I'm not going to adjust if the system's clear. So people, when they come into my office, you might only get an upper cervical adjustment. Because if you don't need an adjustment in another area, I'm not gonna mess up your neurology. I'm not gonna mess up what's perfect, innate, the intelligence in your body that's already healing you. When you're subluxated, though, I will adjust that area. And the only way we know that is by getting you checked. If you're in this office already, great. We're checking you every week. But it'd kind of be like if I didn't brush or floss and there was never a dentist checking my system. Like, how would you know if somebody had dental decay, if they had plaquing, if they had an abscessed tooth? You wouldn't know unless they were getting regularly checked. So that's what we do with subluxation, and that's what we do as holistic neurological chiropractors. We're checking the feet, we're checking the nervous system, we're looking at the films, we're looking at the scans, and we're saying, okay, what's off about this system? Is it not working? Why is it not functioning neurologically? And if something's off, then we're going to locate and correct that subluxation. If the system's clear, then I'm going to tell somebody to leave the office. I'm going to be like, hey, you're good today. I'll see you next week. But how do you know if you're not getting checked? So I had somebody today, they couldn't believe, and we do a lot of, what I call it is, we do a lot of patient education here. Because it's not just about the individual patient that's here, it's about their entire family. Because our motto at Health From Within is transform communities one family at a time. We want to reach every single family. We want to reach the community. Because if you're subluxated and you're getting better, that's great. But what about the rest of your family? What about your church members? What about the people you love and care about? And so that's why I constantly hold events and I'm constantly doing promotions to reach out to let people know that they're loved and there's people that care about them. Subluxation is a silent killer. Don't wait until you get a blood test and one day you find out you have some crazy disease. Let's keep your body free of interference. Let's keep it emotionally, chemically, and physically in the best place possible. And then your body can be in a state of ease and we don't have to worry about all this other crazy stuff. We can just be free of that. That's our goal for you and your family. So I'm going to give you an opportunity. You can call my office right now. You can call tomorrow. We'll extend a special offer to you. Or on April 16th, it's a Monday, at 7 p.m., we're going to have another advanced healthcare class. And it's kind of like a tag-along to what we did last month. And we're going to be talking about how to do a nervous system-centered workout. The first part of that is going to be make sure you're getting regularly adjusted. But we're going to teach you about how to meet your health goals outside of the office, because one of the things I can't stand is when somebody's doing something that's counterproductive to their neurology and counterproductive to their nervous system. And so we're going to talk about a workout that centers around being a nervous system centered workout and how you can get a beach body from doing that, because summer's getting there, right? We want to make sure we have those good looking bodies when we got our bikini on or our shorts or whatever. So God bless you guys. Appreciate your time tonight. Look forward to seeing you next week, and I hope to start on time. Take care. God bless you.